"My liege, a letter!" screamed the messenger, interrupting Partia's thoughts as the music at Hassan Falk's tavern soothed his discomfort and distracted him. Yet, when he read it came from the Sultan, he returned to a private place. "Brave leader of Banu al-It, Lord Partia, may ASERA continue to guide your steps with wisdom and bravery, and bless your firstborn as well. I write to you today not as a sultan, but more as a father to all Aserai. Fatherhood is a wonderful experience, but a great responsibility as well. Many a time you will find your children arguing and quarreling, and you may be forced to acknowledge one while angering the other. You might sometimes hurt your child's feelings or not give them what they want, but they will have to learn that you act for the good of the clan, not their personal interests and vendettas. Yet, in the end, allies might become enemies, lovers might become strangers, but a son will never stop being a son, and a father will never stop being their father. May ASERA bless your family and give you wisdom to raise them as he has done with me. Unkid, Lord of Banu Hulyan, Sultan, and Blessed Father to all Aserai." "Blessed Father," chirped Partia disdainfully. Was Unkid warning him for opposing his support to "Blessed Father?" chirped Partia disdainfully. Was Unkid warning him for opposing his support to Kerith? Was it a threat to the rising star of Aserai nobility? Or was he truly so full of himself to actually believe this sacred ruler thing? Partia returned to the tavern. Didn't want to think about Unkid for a while. Maybe the minstrel could play that song Arwa used to sing sometimes. Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another chapter in the adventures of Partia al-It in Bannerlord. Hassan Falk has finally fallen. No, we should say Hassan Falk has finally risen, proudly flying the flags of the Aserai on its walls once more. And Partia al-It proudly looks upon those flags, knowing full well that he was integral in these events. But alas, something new now weighs down upon our hero's heart. Sultan Unkid, for all his misgivings, for all his mistakes, has taken one step too far. Sure, god kings are not unheard of in this era, but to see Unkid proclaim himself the equivalent of ASERA, to see Unkid proclaim himself a god, does not sit well with our hero. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bannerlord. This is going to be an interesting session, not simply for in-game events and how we decide to proceed and push forth, but also for in-character events and how we decide to proceed and push forth. Of course, Partia still thinks about his recent conquest or liberation, if you will, of Hassan Falk, and he still thinks it's important to ensure that the Aserai flag flies above Hassan Falk. However, Partia has to think, on the one hand, he lifted the boot of the Southern Empire, but if the Sultan proclaims himself a god, has the Sultan perhaps lost himself in his power? Has he perhaps misunderstood or lost the concept of what it means to be a man, of what it means to be a simple human being with simple desires, needs, and wants? Has one boot been replaced for another, one that Partia didn't previously register as a boot of oppression? It's a lot to think about, and reading through the comments, it seems many of you are on the same page as me. That recent proclamation was absolutely just disgusting. One step too far. And so Partia, still loyal to the people, do not forget, still loyal to the people. He will help ensure that Hassan Falk does not fall again, but after that is done, he must begin the next phase of his of those small plans that were bubbling previously. Again, we will return to our holdings, we will strengthen our garrison, but not for what would have been the enemies without, but instead the enemies within, I suppose. We will look to perhaps proclaim our independence from the Sultan, who has, for all intents and purposes, lost perspective. right? And can we really further that agenda? Can we really serve someone like that? This is what I'm thinking right now. And it seems that many of y'all in the comments agree with this line of thinking. We're going to have to chase after the Dragon Banner and put that to use if possible. And don't forget, we've been trying to improve relations wherever possible to ensure that should we separate from the Sultan, should we separate from, from the Sultan, we're not ever separating from the Aserai. The Aserai are a people, not a place, to quote a famous piece of culture from the time, let's say. So we will always be of the Aserai, but to separate from the Sultan, we've already started to try to improve our relations with some of the other clans, right? Like Banu Hulyan loves us, but unfortunately that relationship is slowly turning one way. Audhan, we've improved our relations a lot, so he would be on the other side of our separated kingdom should one arise. That could help or it could hinder. Banu Saran, that's Adram himself, and of course Arwa is from this family. They host Razi, which is also on the same side as Banu Sarmal. Are we able to, what I'm getting at, to make a long story short, will we be able to perhaps convince many of these nobles that Sultan Unkid has crossed the line and that they should side with us instead, for we will be better for the Aserai people? Who do the nobles serve? The people or this god king, this god sultan? Anyway, that's long-term thinking. One thing I need to consider as well is that my businesses at Askar and Sanala will be shut down if we proclaim independence and there is a war. So I need to start moving my businesses to like Charas, for example. We need to make sure that we don't suddenly suffer a huge loss in income. We also need to make sure we have enough money when we pull the trigger on this plan to convince some of these nobles to join our banners instead. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I always like to know what y'all are thinking as well in terms of how you'd like to see things move forward, the story, the character. But that's what I'm thinking right now. Honestly, I still feel gross about that proclamation. Nonetheless, all that aside, just as a quick reminder, we are topped up as a party. At the end of the last session, I actually went through after recording and organized things again. What I want to do is when I get back to the homeland, when I get back to my holdings, I'm going to reorganize my troops and put away some of this mess and keep only certain types of units following our within our actual party. I think that would be best for us. But for now, I mean, it might be a good idea to hit Dynastica. It might be a good idea to just, again, still play defense over here. Many of you pointed out that preventing the conquest of Moragne Castle by the Southern Empire was a bad move. I totally understand, because it absolutely was. I should have let the Southern Empire take it. I should have let, I should have let Moragne Castle fall to them, and then I should have moved in and taken it for the Aserai. However, let's go ahead and push a little influence in here for cohesion. However, I did think it was in character. Again, extending that, olive branch of alliance, if you will, to the Khuzait. Yes, they had declared war on the Aserai in the past. Yes, things had soured a little bit, but, Partia wishes to see that relationship mended. What's going on over here? Looks like the Khuzait are going to take Dynastica for themselves, which is, I'll be honest, a little worrying, because the Khuzait are getting extremely strong, and eventually war will come with them as well. They've extended quite far, and the Khuzait are difficult to deal with. Now, hopefully, they won't be our problem in the future, but in the near future, they very much are. In the near future, especially as we are, in this area trying to defend Hassan Falk, they very well might become our problem. I don't think there's anything we can do over here. There's only one way this siege ends, right? So let's go ahead and recruit some more troops. Let's spend some time in the area recruiting some more troops, not personally again, but for our army. Again, we want to make sure we're strong. This war, I mean, you'd hope that this war is almost done, but we have so much momentum now. We are so much stronger that there is little support for peace, and I understand it. This is our sort of golden opportunity, I suppose, and I could partake, I could participate, move in towards Vostrum, Moragne Castle, conquer more lands for the Aserai, and try and, try and have my friends in charge of it all. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Too bad I couldn't do that with Dynastica. Fine, let's go ahead this way. Let's head towards, we already went to Kyra. We've picked some people up there. Let's hit up Tamnu, and then we'll head up to Lavenia and push towards Moragne Castle and perhaps even Vostrum to see what we can do over there. Again, we're winning more lands for... Oh, you know what I should do, actually. Seeing athletics for Fridina go up reminds me. We're winning more lands for a Sultan that we perhaps... Sorry for the edit there. My audio started to act up. I had to restart the game and everything. My apologies. But what I want to do here, first of all, really quickly, is put away my Desert Horse so that we're actually walking around. I don't know how adversely that would affect our speed, but it should actually help our athleticism increase much more quickly. And y'all have been saying this for a while, and I've been meaning to do it, but this is finally the opportunity to do it. Hopefully it doesn't slow us down too much, and it should help. But as I was... Oh yeah, hey look, we're totally on foot now. 3.7 is our speed. And that's what it was before as well, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, over to Tamnu. As we head to Tamnu, though, I just want to mention... yeah, so... We're gaining more lands for a Sultan that we might not be serving for too much longer, but if we're able to, again, set things up for success down the line by making sure that it is, you know, people who are on our side of this question of the God King, if we make sure they're the ones in charge of some of these lands, then it just gives me a chance to grow my numbers before, you know, the trigger is pulled, as it's, as one might say. The, thing to remember is that even as we... Oh, you know what? Maybe we should let them take Moragne Castle at this point. Perhaps it's not such a terrible idea. We'll head towards... Moragne Castle is pretty far away. Have they already started the assault? No, they're still building the camp over... Oh no, they've got their battering ram. Okay, so let's walk past. We'll head towards Moragne Castle, hopefully make quick work of that, and then come back towards Moragne Castle and take that for the Aserai, and again, hopefully for one of our friends. Now, something to remember is that no matter how much time we spend tiering up and whatnot, and we are very close to Clan Tier 4, right? We're just short of it. But no matter how much time we spend doing that, we will never be as strong alone. Even with just our clan, we'll never be as strong as the Sultan is, right? Like, if we take a quick peek at the army right now, even... Okay, this is actually a perfect example. So he's got 1,100 soldiers following him. I can make a party of 132, right? It'll become 145-ish when I tier up. Fridina, or sorry, not Fridina, but Valdim and Dula are able to get parties of 65, so that'll become 75, 80. That's another 160, so we're looking at like 300, let's say. A little here or there, doesn't matter. Ottawa can have a party of 160 as well. So we're looking at, what, like 500? 500 versus 1100 is nowhere near enough. And remember, that's not his entire strength. I have some of what his strength would be. So 500 versus 1600, that's not going to work for us. Which is why we have to play this wisely. We have to play this, I don't want to say slowly, but in a clever way, and make sure that we have the option to convince some of these folks to join us when we separate, so that we'll have soldiers to actually call upon. We'll have folks that'll actually join us, and our numbers won't be so pitiful. And then we can actually put up a fight, because not only will we have higher numbers for ourselves, but we'll be reducing the numbers that that Unkid will be able to call upon. So that's my thinking there. That's my plan moving forward. And like I said earlier countless times, and like I always say, y'all let me know what you think. I always read through comments. I read through all the comments, not just for the stories and stuff that I so love reading, but I also genuinely care for your opinions, for your thoughts on the events of a session, and also on how we're pushing our character and how you'd like to see things evolve. I like reading through it. I like to know what y'all think, because it I don't know, it helps me make decisions that would, I think, be most entertaining. It helps me know what y'all are intrigued by, most intrigued by. By the time we're at Moragne Castle, Lavinia will have already fallen. Yeah, let's not overextend ourselves. Let's fall back. I know, a little silly, but hey, we got a little bit of exercise done, I suppose. Helped our athleticism, perhaps. Ooh, our leadership's hit 150. Drill Master for extra experience for garrison. I like that. Or Militia has a 20% chance to spawn more experienced troops. Oh, that's a tough one, actually. That's a tough one. Anybody else in my group here got anything for them? Kyria's two-handed skills, but these don't matter, right? Dorian's not with us. Dula, nothing. Oh, what do you know? This was pointed out to me that you can click here to see. This is another reason I enjoy reading through comments, is because little nuances that I've missed, others will have seen. and I love learning more. I always welcome that kind of stuff as well. Oh, this is tough. I feel like, oh, you know what? Either of these is only when I'm a governor, so neither of these really matter. We'll think about it later then. If it doesn't matter, we'll think about it later. Honestly, right now my mind is on this long push to independence that I've been mulling over, and the potential of intercepting that army of 230 we just saw. Ooh, quite a few of you. Unfortunately, they're able to go over the mountains here, so we're not going to be able to intercept anybody as much as I'd love to. Simply won't be an option. I might be able to... yeah, no. I mean, I could get these guys against the coast, but an army of 40 isn't really worth my time, I would say. Let's head straight to Moragne Castle. Oh, Unkid's already at work here. Oh. Get to see him at the front, I suppose. All this back and forth. Wow. Well, we're certainly getting a workout, I should hope. This is supposed to help with athleticism. You know what else would have helped is if I actually kept my army together. That would have been quite helpful. Valdim, Ealis, Waheen, Okai, Dula, obviously free. 33 influence is all we really have. This actually might have been for the better. Was that everybody that was with us? Is everyone... no, Udram and stuff were with us as well. You know what, this might be for the better, actually. Go ahead and spend all of our influence. Get this army together. It'll be at full cohesion, and that cohesion will drop really slowly. So maybe that's what I should have done a while ago, actually. I guess I should be glad that happened. Happy little accident, I suppose. Onwards we go to Moragne Castle, hopefully... ooh, hello. Running from Partia's party. 3.7 versus 3.6. Oh, how I wish I wasn't carrying so many prisoners right now. Okay, let's see if we can't corner her somewhere. If we can get Regea, that would be awesome. That would be fantastic. I'm following her with the arrow keys right now, just to see if I can't push her in a direction or other. She's going to end up being 262 when she's at full strength. She might be moving towards reinforcements as well. She's probably going to go up that bridge over there. Let's move on to this side of her. And let's see. She could go towards either bridge, actually. Feels like we're closing the gap. Oh, we're at 4 now. Oh, excellent. Well, in that case, what was slowing us down earlier? What was slowing us down earlier? Has my athleticism... no, it's not that. Anyway, whatever it is, I'm not going to complain about it. Regea, you're mine. Please, let's cross the bridge first. Moragne Castle is taken. There is the election that I should participate in. I'll wait until the notification comes up over here. I kind of want to cross the bridge first. I want an open field battle over here. I didn't realize we were already close enough to engage. I don't know what's going to happen since the fighting's on a bridge. I imagine it'll choose one side of the bridge to fight on. Regea, it has been a while. You know we're at war. Surrender or die. It really is that simple. Yield or fight. Wow. If we capture her as a prisoner, that'll be huge. That'll be huge. And of course, we'll fight this ourselves. She's on her own. This is absolutely wild. Oh, let me just quickly check my equipment here. Yeah, right. Let's make sure that I'm properly equipped. Right. Let's get the desert horse. Actually, hold on a second. If I get the desert horse, what about the steppe horse? A bit more maneuverable, a little bit more hit points, but a lot slower. Less charge damage. I would like to eventually ride more serious horses, so I do want to up my riding skill as well, but that's for later, I suppose. Properly equipped up. Let's go ahead and check our party as well. Oh, I can't now. Alkiria is going to be with our infantry, unfortunately. Alright, let's dive on in. Let's attack. I would love to capture her as a prisoner. That would be huge. That would be huge. Again, we still serve the Aserai, so even though these successes are for Unkid, they truly are for the Aserai people. Never lose sight of that. Bows are coming down here. Get our infantry in your shield wall. Might have to just put them in a line formation instead.
Infantry!
No, line instead. Oh, even that didn't work this time. Get off your horses. Shield wall now. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Cool, that worked out. Horse archers, take command. Cavalry. Up over there. Into a wedge formation. Let's go ahead and help a little bit. Our archers are firing away. Look at the beautiful sun. God, this game is gorgeous. Going with our lance. Horse archers are moving up that way. Fair enough. Cavalry on me. Go finish these guys off. Charge. Eat some shots here, but as long as we get a little bit of damage done. And you go. Excellent. Cavalry's come through as well. Do not chase them out across the river. Infantry. Archers. Let's go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cavalry has done the job, it seems. Indeed. Hang back. No need to push forward. Wonderfully done. A lot of these guys are getting wounded as well. Ferris, unfortunately, I think they're too higher ranked for me to actually recruit from prisoners, but we'll see. Horse archers. Pull back. Alright. Moving up. Hopefully we're going to get them to cross the river. I see you. Which horse archer is superior? That's the question. Oh, they're crossing the river. Fair enough. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Our archers have arrived. Look at that. Look at that zeal with which they fight. In we go. Oh, beautiful. He got dropped. Wonderful. All right, well done, men. Well done. It's merely the beginning of the fight. How do we want to position ourselves? Let's go ahead and get our infantry. Well, let's get our archers up over here. Go, let's go. Our infantry will move up as well. They have some cavalry left on that side. Fair enough. Get our horses over to that side. Stick on this side of the river, though. Their infantry moving up. Seems as though they're charging over. Fair enough. Our cavalry is coming along. Yes, it is. Wonderful. Our horse archers, we can send them moving forward as well, I think. Skirmish. Archers are firing away. Getting some work done. Excellent. Cavalry, let's move you up over there. Well, let's go. Archers still firing away. Good stuff. Horse archers. Getting some work done. Men. Cavalry. Charge. Infantry. Charge. Let's go. Here comes a rear charge from the cavalry as well. Good. Let's get our glaive out. We're going to push in ourselves as well, of course. Good stuff. In we go. In we go. Obviously, we're taking some damage. It's not going to be a completely bloodless battle on our part either. We're doing quite well. Archers are still able to fire away from the side there, I think. Let's go. Down you go. Down you go. Ah, just missed him. All good, all good. We've done quite well for ourselves. I really hope I get Regea. Oh, come on. What happened there? Oh my god. Oh, the battle is won. The battle is won. Pretty well done. I don't think we lost too many troops there at all. I'm pretty happy with how we approached that as well from a tactical perspective. Well done, men. Absolutely glorious victory. Beautifully done. Only lost 32. They lost everything, obviously. Gained a good bit of renown as well. That'll take us closer to the next tier. And 22 wounded. Now, how did our archers do? I really wish you could organize this by troop category. Because I would love to see how each part of our army performed. And how they contributed, how our command of different parts helped. Good stuff. Lots of ranking up as well, it looks like. So that's good. All right, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy. That's what matters most. Minimal losses. 32 lost is really not bad. Yes, we outnumbered them, but it's still, you know, mistakes happen. Errors on the field of battle. None this time, though, it feels like. None this time. Continue to rank all these troops up. Again, we got quite a few leveling up here, which is great. Get those Mamluk Palace Guard. More heavy horsemen as well. Now, I don't know how many losses did we take? Oh, we took a few losses in our party. So 127 means we can get 5 prisoners involved here. Again, we want to go melee, right? We need melee. I don't know if I dropped one off. Ooh, let's go and get some cavalry as well, sure. And 5, I think. Let me just check over here. 127 plus 5 is, yes, 132. All right, cool. We're good there. Let's go ahead and pick up some prisoners. How many prisoners can we get? We've got 59 out of 73, so that's 10, 20 minus 6 is 14. All right, cool. Oh, man, lots of troops we can get as well. Okay, you know what? Hold on. Reset. Reset. Sorry. My apologies, folks. My apologies. Let's go ahead and level you up. I should have looked at the troops first. Because the troops I won't have access to later. The prisoners I will. The reserve troops I will. Let's call them. Get all this done first. Yep. Good stuff. Yep, cataphract over here. Cool. Now, troops. Heavy horsemen. Don't mind if I do. There's 8 horsemen. Don't mind if I do. 3 of you. Definitely. Right, we're good. Damn, is that really everything? Sure. It really is too bad, isn't it? Well, alright. It is what it is. We have to let go of... The Legionary is the only thing I guess I'm sad about losing out on, but I'm fine with what we do get out of this exchange, so it's fine by me. I mean, the Khuzait Horsemen, you know what? Let's go ahead and maybe leave... Oh god, but we can get them into a Heavy Lancer. It's fine. I'm fine with this as it is. We'll leave the Legionary behind. It's a higher tier unit, which is the only reason I was contemplating that decision, but we'll be fine. Let's clean this up a little bit over here, just for my own sanity, and perhaps for everyone's sanity. We at least got 1 Palace Guard, which is nice. To our tier 2, yeah. Alright, cool. Now the prisoners, we don't have that many spots, do we? 66, we can only get 6 more. Well, 7 more. Who do we get? 5 of you, perhaps? Ooh, Imperial Caravan Guard, don't mind if I do. They're tier 4. 3 of you. Aserai Mamluk Cavalry. We're really helping our cavalry contingent right now. 2 more. The next 2, I think we'll go ahead and get ourselves... Oh, I wish we could get the Mamluk Palace Guard to join us eventually, but unfortunately that's not the case. And some good prisoners over here. Sure, let's get the trained infantrymen. There we go. Topped up across the board. You know what actually I should do? Here's what I should do. Alright, give me a second here, folks. I want to make note of all of this. Take all these troops on. And I could take on a bunch more prisoners. That'll be harder to organize. Fine, let's do this. Let's go ahead and take on the 3 of you. Let's go ahead and take on veteran infantrymen. Yes, we're going over our limit, but there's a plan here, don't worry. There's a plan here. Lots of archers. Get this footman, get this Mamluk axeman as well. Get the Imperial Crossbowmen. We're gonna have to dump some people, but I'll investigate that afterwards. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let everybody else go. Done here. Yes, over our limit. Yes, that's fine. What I want to do is take all the loot as well. Let's not forget that. What I want to do is I want to talk to Valdem, and I want to talk to Dula, and I want to give them some of those troops that I just picked up. It has been a while, Valdem. Let's go ahead and inspect your troops. Now, what are we going to give you? We're going to give you 1 Imperial Crossbowman. I'm just giving them the extras that I picked up. 2 Khuzait Footmen. Where are you? Khuzait Footmen. They'll be all the way at the bottom. Yep. Both of them. Go ahead and give you the Sturgian Woodsman as well. Give you the Khuzait Nomad. 2 Menaviliatan. I'll keep them for myself. Imperial Trained Archer. 8 Imperial Archers as well. What are you at? 65 plus 3 wounded. Okay. Go ahead and take some of those Imperial Archers back. Or... 63 plus 3, 1 more. There, okay, fine. So we're done here with Valdem. He's topped up. I'm still over my limit. That's fine. Because we have Dula as well. If I'm not mistaken, she's pretty badly... Yeah, she needs a lot more troops. Talk to her. And give her everybody else. It has been a while. Let's inspect your troops. And now we're going to start, you know, we're actually filling ourselves out a little bit at this point. So the Khuzait Nomad, the Footman as well. Got a lot of spots. You know what? You can have these guys too. The recruits I'll keep, because I ranked them up just by time being passed. 8 Imperial Archers, 1 Imperial Trained Archer. As we've agreed before, I've got more than enough ranged units. Imperial Trained Archer, so get 1 over. Imperial trained infantrymen. There's 4 of them. Where are we? Imperial trained infantrymen. 4 of them. Alright. And 6 Imperial recruits. Did I not already hand them over? I did not. Right, I wanted to keep them. Actually, you know what? Let's hand them over. Let's hand them over. I think it's the right call. And what else have we got over here? I mean, I suppose I should just let the Legionary go over as well. Just to balance the numbers out. We have 2 extra troops. We can go ahead and give up our 2 extra troops. The Valandian Hardened Crossbowmen and the Mercenary Crossbowmen. Just to clean up our unit list a bit as well. So there we go. That's 132 for me. 49 plus 3, 52 for Dula, and 65 for Valdim. That's great. Unfortunately, though, the prisoner thing didn't really work out. I can just give her more troops. I can just give her more troops. Let's go ahead and give her some Aserai skirmishers. No, she'll have them killed. Valandian footmen. Some Imperial militia spearmen. Aserai? No, I don't think so. How about we give you the Valandian infantry? We give you some... You know, fine. Let's give her the Aserai skirmisher. Or let's give her the Aserai Mamluk Guard and the Aserai infantry, because they'll hopefully be able to keep them alive. I don't know. I always wonder about distributing higher tier versus lower tier troops, because lower tier troops I feel like I can keep alive better. The higher tier troops I feel like the AI has a harder time having them killed. So it's a hard balance. Alright, 59. I don't want to weaken my own party too much. Go ahead and give you the Mamluk Palace Guard, sure. There we go. So 60 for her. She'll recruit the other 5 elsewhere. I've got 124 over here, which means I can get 8 prisoners. We're done here. Good stuff. A lot of organizing going on right now. Hope y'all don't mind. Hope y'all don't mind. Let's go ahead and get the trained infantrymen first. Again, I want my melee line to be taken care of first. I hate that the UI moves like that. I just need to get used to it. There you go. Imperial recruits. Go and get some cavalry as well. Militia spearmen. Well, let's get the veteran spearmen first. What are we looking at? 129. So 3 more troops. So 1, 2, and 3. Sure. That's top me up as well. Beautiful. Right, I'm over my prisoner limit. Right. So, who do we drop from here? Oh, just by 1. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get rid of one of the Imperial recruits, perhaps. Yeah. Get rid of one of the Imperial recruits. Done. Great. Awesome. What happened to my ranged contingent? Did I really... Oh, that's prisoners. Right. I was looking at prisoners as opposed to... That's looking a lot better. Infantry and ranged is about to match up, so that's looking a lot better. Okay, good. Up to Moragne Castle now. Now, unfortunately, we didn't take Regea prisoner. Hopefully somebody did. I didn't catch it happening down there. But we've done something. That's what matters. We're close to 500 strong still. Let's see what Moragne has. And let's be ready to pull away if we have to. Third's making moves. These guys have... Wow, only 339 defenders. You know what? If we approach with our newfound approach, then we might be able to take it. And hang on a second. Where's the election for Moragne Castle? I didn't miss the event, did I? Unkid has taken it for himself? No. That's got to come up still. I didn't notice the election come up over here. Yeah, let's move in. No reason not to. A couple of reinforcing armies maybe, but nothing that worries me too much. Protor's party is in here, raising them up to 402. So you know what, let's give them a chance to leave, I suppose. This 46 might join as well, but that might be an opportunity to starve them out as well. There we go. There's the election. I wonder if we can intercept... No. Let's just sit out over here for a little bit. Don't know if Protor is going to leave. I don't fear 402. In fact, again, I can just starve them out and pull them away from the greater war, right? So let's move in. Let's move in. In we go. Put it under siege. Oh, talk about timing. Krotor just left. Talk about timing. Yep, put it under siege. Relations dropped. Let's go ahead and work on Trebuchet, 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 Ram. Then Fire Ballista. Siege Tower, Siege Tower. That's the order. We might switch it up later. But first, let's vote on the owner of Lavinia Castle. Audhan is my preference. Ice, I wouldn't mind either. We have decent relations. You know what, actually? Let's put our... influence is kind of low. Influence is kind of low. What else does Banu Kild... Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, he's Banu Hulyan. A little bit. Audhan will like us less for it, but Thais will like us more for it. It's a balancing act. Kareth already hates us. We hate him too. You know what? The difference we make is minor. Let's abstain. Let's not upset anybody over this. Either way this goes, I'll be happy. It better not go to Kareth, though. It should go to Audhan. I should apply more pressure and make sure Audhan gets it. Let's be honest. Leaves me with like no influence, which is a scary thing, but we should be proactive. This is an important part now of our strategy, so we have to be a lot more active on that. Influence will rise up. It's not like cohesion is a problem right now. Let's keep an eye out for enemy reinforcements that might be coming through. We have only a few escape routes available here, so we have to be quick on them if push comes to shove. Food is low here, 340 defenders. Let's see how that number drops, right? See how that numbers drop. 340 defenders. Siege camp is almost done. We're looking good. In come the Trebs next. Starvation will take its toll as well, but I believe... I might be mistaken, but I'm fairly certain... Dorian, how are you... Why are you fighting? Who are you fighting? Maybe he partook in a tournament. But I'm fairly certain actually lobbing giant rocks into the city also damages population. Though I think the ballista does better work at that. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, we're looking pretty good over here. This is almost done. Get ready to put that into reserves, right? There it is. You're gonna pop some shots, but they're all gonna miss, of course. I wish there was a more elegant way of executing this. Wait, 341? What, a newborn child has joined the militia, perhaps? This worries me a little bit. But we do have to reduce their numbers. The numbers are too close, where we'd suffer some serious casualties if we didn't take this more kind of level-headed approach, you know, of fighting an actual siege. And yeah, having the engineer with us right now would absolutely make a world of difference. It's too bad that he's all the way in Charas. But lesson learned for future wars, right? And we do still seek out our smith. And pretty soon we'll be having another slot available as well for another companion, so there's that too. Gaining more skill in leadership, that's great. I need to gain more skill in trade. I need to be able to trade fiefs so I can start buying. One of y'all pointed out that I'm actually able to afford Usank Castle with the money I have. I probably actually have a net worth of over $1 million when you consider my inventory. But that involves actually, you know, selling all that stuff and getting to work on that. You guys getting to work over here on that note? Yeah, you can see how immediately numbers start to drop when we... Wait, we've already cracked a wall? No, that was a ballista. There we go, good stuff, good stuff. I don't think they're able to build quickly enough to... Actually, this trebuchet looks like it's about to drop. Well, that ballista is done. Fire ballistas are better against siege equipment as well. This should help us a fair bit. We're doing quite well. This should crack next, hopefully. Let's not lose sight of enemy reinforcements and stuff, right? Go down to 322. Firing away. Hopefully when we dive in for the assault, we're not going to participate in friendly fire. Good stuff, good stuff. Down to 318. How much food do we have, actually? I should have checked. Days. 7 days worth for the army. We're okay. Yep. Down task over here. Cancel that siege tower. I suspect we'll destroy at least one of the walls. Oh, but these reinforcements are really flocking now. These guys are really coming through, aren't they? Move you to reserve, move you to reserve. Just gotta be careful here. Just gotta be careful here. Wait until this is done. We're starting to share our food now as well. Again, we have to make sure we're able to pull away and get involved elsewhere. Make peace with the Southern Empire. Conquer one last bit of land. Before we do that, should we? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We get these guys out. Gonna hold off on that election for a bit. Another one. Vostrom has been taken as well. Wow, we've really made a lot of progress this war. Come on now. Get a little bit more work done is all I want. Not get too eager here. This wall is so close to cracking. Really, that's all I want is one cracked wall. Doing some good work here. Come on, keep at it, keep at it. Keep at it. So close to being destroyed. So close to being destroyed. Hitting our third wall as well. Let's vote for the owner of Vostrom at the very least. 17 hours left on that. Whoa, 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 I didn't want to vote on peace. Wow, most people don't want to make peace. I mean, I suppose I can join in on that chorus and get your relation with Unkid will decrease and increase. Because right now we're just playing politics. This is just a game of politics at this point. Improve our influence with, everyone who's saying no. Who proposed this? I feel like the Sultan must have. Wild, nobody wants it. Okay. Sure. Sure. I didn't want to spend too much influence on it. And Vostrom. Audhan definitely gets my vote. Unkid, don't you dare do it. If that is... I mean, I could give... Oh, actually, I can't give more influence into this. Thais is with him as well. Come on. Are any of us surprised, really? Are any of us surprised? I'm not. God. Okay. That's a problem. He continues to take on the bigger holdings. He'll be difficult to dislodge, is the problem. What? What happened there? What happened here? They sold it to the Western Empire? I've never seen something like that happen. They just sold Moragne Castle to the Western Empire. All of our work there wasted. Well, not wasted. We pressured them to surrender their lands, but I mean that doesn't do us any help. All they have left is Lycaron and Sestadim Castle and Thorios Castle. Are we about to wipe out the Southern Empire? This is truly vengeance for Hassan Falk, isn't it? Well, it takes us closer to home as well, so I suppose we could. That is a direction we should be headed as well, in case the wars here come to an end. There's one other direction for... The vote to make peace with Valandia has failed. Well, it's not our vote to make peace. Somebody else's. You should specify, game. Specify. That's wild, though. I cannot believe. It must have been that someone sold it. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because there was no army. There was no other way for it to happen. Unless there's another mechanic that I'm not aware of. That's wild. I have never seen that. That is wild. Sorry. I can't get over it. Sharing our food is a problem, honestly. We have 6 days of food. Western Empire has been taken prisoner. I mean, geez. I could come down to, like, Kenoros and stuff. Pick up some food over here around that training field where the story all started. Move up towards Thorios and Sestadim Castle. Sure. That sounds like the wise call. We need some more food. And this part of the world has been untouched by war for some time now, so they should have some food to give. Hopefully. We are still not so lowly as to raid cities and attack caravans and things like that. Though I have seen a request from some of you in the comments for the next, playthrough that we do to have more of that kind of a dark demeanor about it. I have some plans for the next playthrough. You know, after we finish this one, I'm not in a rush to get this one over with or anything like that, so don't take me the wrong way. But I do have some plans for other ways to approach this. Really? Are you kidding me? Nothing? Well, let's go ahead and take the mules. For when we eventually get to trading, I'll be dealing with big numbers. I want to make sure I have access to those. Big numbers, I mean. And sure, a couple more war horses is never a bad idea. We're at max speed from having footmen on horses, I'm pretty sure. Like, okay, we're at, what is it? 0.43. I'll take everything here. Oh, 0.44, you know what? Okay. Every little bit counts. That was weird. I've never seen a loading screen for finishing trade. Up to Tevea. Why am I fighting still? Why am I fighting still? That's a question I have to ask myself. That's a question Partia has to ask himself. Bringing an end to the Southern Empire. What good does it serve us? Well, it serves the Aserai, but does it actually? It serves the Sultan, sure. Does it serve the Aserai? Should we have made peace? Am I distracting myself from more important duties? Definitely stuff to think about. There's just wool around these parts. There is no food here. We can head down to Poros. Poros will have food. It's a full-on city. It has to have food. Otherwise, they have troubles of their own. Okay, so the Valandians are at war with the Sturgians. Keeping an eye on their borders as well, because we are intimately linked, them and us. Adram is getting an army as well. And we go to Poros. Gotta keep an eye on this as well. Not too bad right now. Lots of prisoners being dropped off. I'm going to... Well, I just want to check something. Yeah, nothing here. I was wondering if there were some decent troops there. Okay, food. Lots of food. All the food in the world, because we only have 3 days worth left. Are you serious? These guys... You kidding me? Oh my god, these guys don't have food. Am I blind? No, these guys legit don't have food. That's a lot of... That's cheap for hides. Mind if I do? But no, for real. Yeah, I guess they don't have food. So where to next then? Zionica? Pulling us away. Pulling us closer to home. At that point, we might as well go home. The Drum is over here making an army. That is, I will never get over what happened at Moragne Castle. The Western Empire is pretty disparate as well in the area, so when the time comes for war with them, it's an inevitability. Let's not kid ourselves. The Aserai will have no trouble in taking them on. Or rather, whoever declares war on them will have no trouble taking them on. Let's keep an eye out for a caravan as well. If there's a caravan I can interact with instead, I'll do that. And buy some food off of them. Go ahead and buy... Nothing over here. These lands are barren. You'd think people don't live here with how little food there is available. Come on, Zionica, surely you have food available. Okay, good. Good. Go ahead and pick up a bunch of grain. 47 days worth, sure. A bunch of fish. Add a little bit of food variety, right? We want to make sure we have some. 50 days worth of food. Some grapes. Let's take all their grapes. Go ahead and take some butter. Some olives. Again, money's a non-issue. 54 days worth of food, plus 2 food variety. Some wine isn't a bad idea. Let's pick up some... Dates are expensive here. Sure, this works for me. This works for me. The hide here sells for more than we bought it for, so... Dump it all. Why not? Help our trade skill a little bit. Should have picked up some wool as well. Wow, that actually helped with the trade skill. Alright, good. We got more than enough food now. More than enough food to continue our adventures. Up to Thorios Castle. This is strange. This is so strange. I have no idea what the other army is going to do. It's like we're going to be so spread thin. It's too bad. Having Moragne Castle would at least create a unified entity, but we're this close to eliminating an entire empire. Vengeance for Hassan Falk, I suppose, is what drives Partia in this situation. Perhaps a little lost in his thoughts of war. Perhaps very lost in his thoughts of war. Is this really what's best? Yes, is what his heart says. Yes, is what his mind says, but perhaps everyone around him says no. Athletics is going up, by the way, for those of you wondering, so that's promising. What's the deal here? 384 defenders. We can take them on, though they do have some reinforcements over here. Traveling to the castle. We won't be able to... We'll keep those guys out. 487. They might sally forth. I don't know if I'd mind them sallying forth. What's the food situation here, actually? They actually have food stocks. A bit of a problem. If we head instead towards Sestadine Castle, maybe that'll be a wiser call. We need every advantage we can get. What's the deal here? 474 defenders. They do not have food. Excellent. Move in. Apply some pressure over here. And actually, let me quickly check. Oh my god. Support for peace is starting to come through, though. Which, to me, now is ridiculous. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. We have such an advantage. Battering ram. Let's get a fire ballista. There we go. That should be good. Add a bit more cohesion here. Make sure this army doesn't disband in the middle of the siege. That would be a problem. And we do have to be wary of reinforcing armies coming through, because if they sally forth, we'll be in a touch of trouble, right? Well, trouble's a strong word, but we'll have to deal with it. We'll have to deal with it. 474. Food might cause some trouble, but it's going to be the trebuchet that are the real difference makers over here. So far, so good. I'm going to have to make sure I push you in a reserve, because these guys are already over here. Ooh. Okay, no, that's not a reinforcing army. Good enough, good enough. Stewardship is at 150 now, which means... Stewardship. We have an option. Enhanced mines, more income from mines, or swords as tribute. Plus 10 to party size for every vassal. Ooh, swords as tribute maybe makes more sense for what we're looking to do. Oh, this icon is hilarious. But yeah, swords as tribute perhaps makes more sense for what we're about to do. In the near-ish future, I'll phrase it as, that there's something there to think about. There's a lot here to think about. Including our athletics continuing to go up. What's our speed now? Plus 1.2%. It used to be plus 1%. Now it's plus 1.2. Here come the reinforcements. Oh, here come the reinforcements. We're looking at, what, 100 over here? So that's 574 versus our 477. Still manageable. Oh, these cowards. What's this? Declaring war on the Khuzait? No. 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 Why? Why? Adram, you? Oh my god. I'm gonna vote for no, because I'm strongly against it. Let them go that way. I'll help conclude the war with the Southern Empire, and then I will return home. I cannot let myself get dragged in. This is Unki using war as a distraction, through Adram perhaps, but I strongly oppose this war. Strongly. Foolish move. A foolish move. We'll see how it goes. And watch, peace comes against the Southern Empire now. Regea's back. I guess we didn't capture her. Or we did and she got away, which is more likely. Or just as likely, I should say. I can't believe we're at war with the Khuzait again. But at the same time, I'm also not surprised. I don't know how I feel. Alright, Treb number 2 done. Move you to reserve. We'll take Sestadine Castle. We might even push towards whatever their last settlement is called. I forget the name now. Last city. Not sure what the deal is with Amikon, if it still belongs to the Southern Empire. At least the war isn't with the Valandians or the Battanians or anything like that. That would be a serious problem for us, considering everything we have to take care of back on that side. In comes the Treb. Alright, cool. Get this done with, right? So 474 is where they are. Try and get some work done now. There we go. And they're actually causing a lot of damage over here. But we're doing decently. We're doing decently. Zuruk created an army, I assume, to chase after the Khuzait. It's so much easier to just side with our Aserai brothers and sisters, isn't it? So much easier. Let's see if we can keep this up without having to get rid of some of these trebs out here. Now we gotta move them to reserve. Let's wait for this one to get done. Let this get built first. Down to 455. Can definitely do a lot more. Can definitely do a lot more here. Let's go ahead and add some more cohesion as well. Costing me my influence, but the right call. It's the right call. Again, gotta wait until this is done before we deploy our other trebs and stuff. It's unfortunate, because they've now got all their equipment done as well. But hey, food is out. Hopefully they'll start suffering from that. I would really like to see that. Come on, any second now. And I really want to keep a track of how much of a difference the engineer makes once he joins us on these adventures. Oh, we're gonna lose this ballista like right away. Come on, get to work. Work on trebuchet instead. Good stuff, good stuff. Come on, keep at it. Finish this thing off. Come on now. You gotta destroy their active defense before you take care of anything else. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. One wall is... I was worried that was an enemy army. One wall is almost cracked. There we go. This trebuchet is basically useless now. Would have preferred a ballista, which we can get. Good stuff. Wonderful work. Impede created an army, fair enough. That wall is almost taken care of as well, so the siege tower is definitely useless. And once this treb falls, I'll replace it with another ballista. Well, if it falls, I should say. And then we'll see if that actually makes a difference in battle. There we go. We're down to 404. Fire ballista seems to still be working. And I guess we dive in at this point. They're down to 394. They're healing up as well. Okay, let's drop that ballista. Let's go ahead and move you to reserve. Drop this ballista. Cause a little bit more damage. Get this ballista back out, and then dive into battle. 2 cracked walls. We'll dive through one of them. Well, quote-unquote dive through one of them. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more cohesion over here. Just to keep this army alive. Our influence is looking pretty good. There's a Khuzait army. Again, we have to keep an eye out for those. But yeah, let's dive on into this. We've caused a fair bit of damage. Hopefully we won't take too much more. Just gotta play it smart. Make sure our equipment is set up properly, by which I mean I need to get back up on my horse, my desert horse, and give it its proper armor. And you know what? Let's go ahead with the bow and arrow combo. I think that worked well outside of the friendly fire. No other way to put it. Go ahead and do this. All good. Check our party real quick. Want to make sure that Alkyria is set to horse archers. Done here. And yeah, let's move in. I think we've caused enough damage. Lead the assault. And hopefully these ballistae will do some work against infantry once the fighting starts as well. Hopefully. One way to find out, right? There's one way to find out. Now again, the siege towers are useless. I could have actually gotten rid of the battering ram as well, but like I've said before, it applies a bit of pressure. This is interesting. Okay, we have created some crossings over here for that breach, and over here as well. Yeah, for this breach. Looks like we're already across over here. Good stuff. I almost feel like I can auto-deploy this time around. Seems to be the case. I sincerely hope some of these get used. But if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Another beautiful castle, actually. Oh, would you look at that? So we'll probably charge up with... That's our infantry. Where's our cavalry? There they are. So maybe we'll join them. We want to minimize the losses over there, right? Well, we want to minimize losses everywhere. Let's join on this side. We might be able to push through, actually. Alright. Everyone's auto-deployed. Let's begin. Over to the right. It'll also give us a chance to survey what's going on with the ballistae and whatnot. No one? Seems to be the case. Fair enough. Let's move up. Get off our horse. Pop some shots. Get some work done nice and early. And then join in through the breach. Come on now. Fire away. Again, we're just like sitting ducks, right? They're firing down upon us, so getting free kills while we charge up still. Not as bad, of course, as when there are no breaches in the walls, but still bad. Still bad. Men are charging through. Good stuff. Beautiful stuff. Firing way over here. Trying especially to get rid of the higher tier troops. That top right corner is looking pretty green to me. Pretty green to me. Good stuff. There we go. Another one. Another one. Ah. Nice. Managed to track him enough. Ah, missed. Right in between the two of them. They're falling back now. Fair enough. Move up. 5 shots left. Swords out. I already feel a little bit faster. I mean, I am a little bit faster, but you know what I mean. Feel better for it. Buddy, come on. Don't pretend to be charging in. You need to actually charge in. Ah, yes. In we march. Beautifully done, men. Provide some support over here. Oh, backed up right on time. Continues to do so. Down you go. Shot in the back. Oh, I just missed him. We're out of ammo? Alright, cool. Dive in now. We seem to have done pretty well this battle. We took minimal losses, considering the circumstances. Yes, we outnumbered the enemies, but they do still have walls. They do still have their defenses. Oh, that's the battle done. Well done, men. Well done. Absolutely beautiful victory for an absolutely beautiful town. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Lost only 42, 44 wounded. 2 ran away. That's shameful. That was pretty good, though. And that actually, I think, puts us to tier 4, if I'm not mistaken. I lost 6 in my party. I lost the Harami, unfortunately. Lots leveled up, though. Alright, this was a good fight. This was a good fight. Question is, who gets the castle? 33 prisoners. I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. You guys ranking up. Actually, you know what? Nah, let's keep them on foot. We're starting to see a decent balance, but once we once we adjust our unit types and stuff, we'll have to revisit this a little bit. Get you guys up. There we go. I actually wonder what our ratio is now. I want to take a look at it after we're done here, just to see like how many infantry and all that we've got. We can actually reorganize some of this as well. Imperial Legionaries, Imperial Militia Veteran Spearmen, Imperial Militia Spearmen. Let's get you up here as well. They're tier 2, right? Yep. Khazate Lancer, Mercenary Swordsman. I believe the Khazate Lancer is actually pretty effective. I think is it one of the best cavalry in the game, or I forget now. Also, I haven't kept a track of how stats and things have been changing lately. Okay, down over here, we can get Imperial... Okay, hold on, first of all. We are at 119. So 12, 13 troops we can get. 13 troops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that's actually a lot of really high quality troops that just got added from the prisoners. That's actually pretty wild. We got some really good soldiers. Cavalry, infantry, everything. 33 prisoners over here. We can only take on, what, 9? Fair enough. Which 9? Go ahead and take you on. 8 more. Sure, 8 more. 7 more. 7 more. 6 more. 5 more. 4. 3. 2, 1. Some low tier in there that we picked up, but that's not the end of the world, I think. Oh, I can get one more. I miscounted. My bad. Sure, let's get the crossbowmen. Sure. All right. Feels pretty good. I could have picked up more prisoners and dumped them in the castle. I know. But I don't want to organize that right now. Done. Another castle has fallen. Destadim Castle belongs to the Aserai. Thorios still stands, but we can chase after that if we want to. We are 433 strong. We can take Thorios. We can take Lycaron. The problem is that... Oh my god, this is a war. Why do we even declare this war? The problem is that even though they have such a small strength, the reality is they can go to any city to pick up units and declare war on us in the future. And frankly, I think I'd be more under threat than anybody else. Than any of the other Aserai, I mean. We're very close to home. It is tempting to just turn around and go home. This is an enclave that we will not be able to defend. This I wouldn't mind giving to Gareth, honestly. Sentencing him to doom. Yeah, that's what's it called? It's like a false show of support. Man, this is going to be an interesting war, because the Khuzait own almost a quarter of the land, I would say. This is going to be a tough war for us to fight, and I don't know how we're going to get involved. I mean, it's a good thing that Lavenia was captured by us ultimately. I didn't think this war would come right afterwards, and unfortunately they managed to capture Denistica, which is going to be a thorn. But I think, yeah, we'll take care of Thorios and Lycaron, and then we'll make our way back home to, again, meet our son. Now, many of you have pointed out that this Dragon Banner quest is only available for 10 years. We're on day 533 or something. In fact, a quick way to check is... Okay, we're on day 619. So 10 years is still quite far away, unless there's a different math over here. So assembling the Dragon Banner is still very much an option. We still have a lot of time for it. So what I'm thinking is we take these two, head home, distribute our garrison, right? Do a little bit of trading, as we've waited to do for so long. And as we do that trading, we end up going to Marnoth or Epicrotia and making that call on what comes next. If we take a quick look at our clan actually as well, Nathun here. Oh. Still just a baby. Still just a baby. He looks pretty cute. Looks pretty adorable, I'm not gonna lie. He must take after the Lady Ottawa. But anyway, point being, can I give him a roll? No way. Wait, what? Make him our surgeon? No, point being, this stuff, then back home, trade. Oh no, they've got Ressos Castle here as well. Ah, that's a pain. Takes me close to Khuzait land as well. Anyway, stuff to think about, folks. This is where we're going to call it a session, though. I hope you enjoyed this one. Certainly some interesting developments and certain things to think about as far as our future with the Sultan is concerned. Y'all let me know your thoughts. As always, I welcome feedback, opinions, all sorts of stuff. I do read through all the comments. It brings me lots of joy, so keep them coming, folks. And if you enjoyed this session, let me know by leaving a like as well. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, I bid you farewell.